Curse MMA here, and I had to retire. I mean, not that anyone noticed, but I did have to retire for a month after, Charles got slimed out. It was tragic, and I just couldn't deal with it. I was watching the UFC and stuff, but had to do a slight retirement there. But this card pulled me back, man. This thing is such a masterpiece, and I just wanted to talk about it. So, thank you, UFC 319, for bringing me back. But just get like straight into this. First fight on the card, we got Alibi something versus Joseph Morales. This is an interesting fight right here. I've seen them both on Tough. I think I'm gonna go Alibi. Now the thing is this could be two-sided fight either way, but I just think Alibi is gonna be able to weather the storm that Joseph brings in. He's gonna be landing that jab. He can even mix in the grappling. Yeah. And I think overall he's just going to get this done by decision. It should be an interesting one. Could be a little fun. The more contenders, the better. Next we have Silva, best Silva in UFC history, versus Barboza, the best Barboza in UFC history, included on this card. Uh, See, this is kind of a tricky one. This is kind of a tricky one. I'm just kidding. I'm picking Silva to win. I just think she's kind of better at most things. MMA wise, I guess Barboza could give her some trouble on the feet here and there. She could maybe land a check hook. I think she does have kind of a good check hook there. But I don't know. I just don't think this one will really be too competitive at all. But it could be interesting, but I do doubt it. I do have my doubts. Yeah, I'm gonna go Silva, but those two fights are kind of nothing burgers. Whew, this is when it's straight banger after banger after banger after banger. Starting with Wazabayev versus Brian Battle. This is a really really tricky one. Oh, who's the favorite? I think Battle is. Yeah. The thing is Ruzibayev can put out anyone's lights. He's a big power puncher. He's got great knockout ability. I think Brian Battle will be able to get it done. I think he's going to be able to mix in the grappling a little bit, the smudging against the fence, whatever, to kind of, as I've said before, weather the storm, not get knocked out. I think he'll be able to use his striking as like a good counter off. He has a really good jab that he can work with. I don't know though. He might be feeling the pressure to put on a more entertaining fight based off that fucking dog shit Randy Brown performance, but I think even in a dogfight, he could win it, though. I just think Brian Battle will get this one done. I think it'll be a close one, though. I definitely could see Rozabayev catching him and just putting him out. But I think Brian Battle is going to get it done, probably by unanimous decision. I think he's going to mix in the fucking takedowns. Maybe not the takedowns, but he's going to mix in the clinch. He's going to work the body. He's going to deal with the little stuff that's going to edge him around and kind of decrease the power Rozabayev has. But overall, I'm actually excited for this fight. It should be a good one, and it's on like the early prelims pretty much. So next, Edson Barbosa versus how do you say this guy's first name? I fucking so forgot. Dude, I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. Like Draker or Darker? No, it's Draker. Close. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Um, we're gonna see. Edson's the favorite, right? That's such a. If he's the underdog, oh, okay, he is a favorite. I would have for sure picked him if he was the underdog. Um, it's a little tricky. It is a little tricky. Close has some pop. He's good at like closing the distance too. He's good at cutting off the cage, etc. And this is kind of Unk Edson. He's not as fast twitch as he used to be, which is kind of his like thing. I don't know. Edson's good, and he's really. I mean, Edson has really only lost to like good guys too. That's the thing. Let's see his last couple fights. Like he lost to Murphy. No shame in that. Murphy's a good fighter. He beat Yusuf, who's like all right. He beat Billy, who's all right. Lost to Bryce. Lost to Giga Chikadze. I mean, these aren't like horrible losses. Like yeah, they're not the best. Like you don't want to be losing to fucking Bryce Mitchell, and you don't. But Bryce Mitchell's like a top 10-ish guy. Giga is pretty good actually. He's like also a top 10-ish guy. He just gave Arnold Allen a pretty tough fight. I think Arnold Allen's like a top 5 featherweight, at least in that area. So Yeah, I mean, losing to Dan Ige again, he's a solid fighter, especially 5 years ago. Paul Felder, Gaethje, I know this is like prime-ish. So yeah, I mean, dude, Edson is good. And he's really only lost to, like the top-ish guys, and I don't think Close is that top-ish guy. I think Close is all right, but he's very improving. He hasn't found any name value. And he hasn't really beaten any like up and comers that are very, prominent either. And this is also Edson moving back up to 155, so maybe he'll kind of find that power again. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go Edson. I think he'll be able to catch Close coming in. Close is really aggressive at times, and that can kind of be his fault, especially against Edson, who can be a persistent striker when he wants to be. So I'm gonna go Edson by TKO. Yeah, I think I've picked all the favorites so far. So you know, dude, I feel like I'm such a fucking favorite picker, and I think Alibi will probably be one too, but the favorites just be winning, dude. They just be winning. Okay, next we have Alexander Hernandez, known Benil killer, versus Chase Hooper. I'm going to go Chase Hooper here. Thing is Alex Hernandez is solid on the feet, and Chase Hooper has not shown us much on the feet. Like, it's been pretty underwhelming. He's a great grappler. Alex Hernandez has a kind of weakness in the grappling department. I think Chase Hooper just kind of be able to bring him down and choke him out, honestly. This is like this could surprise some people, though. It really could. Alexander Hernandez, he's got some pop. He's got some, he's got that mentality. I wouldn't give him the crafty vet, but he does have that mentality. He's Chase Hooper's very young. I don't know. This one's kind of tricky, but I am gonna go Chase Hooper. I think he will be able to take him down and probably sub him in the first round. But if Alex Hernandez can stuff the takedowns and keep it on the feet, or if he can just get up well when he does get taken down. It might be a tough night for Chase Hooper, but most of so Chase has been massively working on his striking. At least I'd hope so, logically. And I don't know, this one should be close. Like I said, it's a little tricky, but I do think Chase gets it done in the first round, or at least I think he should. This dude's got 8 losses. Like, Chase is here to stay at lightweight, and then he can get a ranked fight after this, hopefully. And then this is Ilya's worst nightmare. Dude, imagine Chase Hooper fighting Ilya. Oh my god. Okay, and then we have Jessica Andrade versus Lupita, uh, Golden Golden Nest. I'm gonna actually go Jessica Andrade. I think my first underdog pick, right? Yeah, yeah. You know, Jessica Andrade, obviously she's washed. She's not what she used to be. But I still think against like, dude, this bitch sucks, man. I think I've watched 2 of her fights. I definitely have not been tuned in to the Lupita. I'm definitely butchering that. But I definitely haven't been tuned into the film. But I've watched a couple of her fights, dude. She has like so many holes. She leaves so many openings. And Jessica Andrade is one of these few women who can kind of hit like a truck at times. And yeah, I just think she'll be able to catch her. And she's actually going to we're going to get a WMMA TKO right here. I think definitely see it happening. And I think it will happen. I just think Jessica Andrade will be able to find her chin. She's really dog shit. And I mean, if this was prime Jessica Andrade, obviously it wouldn't even be close. And I think even washed up Jessica Andrade just like she still beats this level of competition. So surprised she's almost a 2-1 favorite. I really am. But yeah. I think Jessica Andrade gets this one done. It should be an interesting one. Next is Jared Mushak versus Michael Raychik. Uh, uh, I hate fucking picking against Jared Mushak, man. I really do. But Michael, he's improved in a lot of areas. I think he definitely has a big advantage on the feet. Um, I'm just worried, dude, because his grappling has not been the best in the past. We know who Jared Mushak is. Lose the first round, then we'll somehow win. uh, Gave RDR a tough fight. This is such a tricky one for me. I'm gonna go Michael though. I think he's gonna be able to chin him, probably find his chin, and maybe get it done in the first round or two. This is again a really tricky one though. So it's yeah, no, I'm gonna go Michael though. He's the up and comer, trains with fighting nerds, so obviously he gets like 10 plus in each attribute apparently. Um, Unless you're a woman, who train with the fighting nerds, they get nerfed, bro. It's a thing. But men. They usually get buffed, okay? I think he is a fighting nerd too, like straight up. So yeah, I'm gonna go Michael Raychuk to win this one via finish in the first-ish round, maybe the second, but definitely is a interesting one. I hate picking against Jared Mearshart because this dude is like just so fucking weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go Michael. I think he's just gonna be able to find the chin. He's gonna have an advantage on the feet. And I don't know if Jared's gonna be able to take the shots like he used to be able to with almost 50 pro fights, or with over 50 pro fights. Yeah. Okay. Next is Eric Nola versus Cosmot's butt buddy, apparently. I'm going to go with Cosmot's butt buddy here to dominate in every asset of MMA. The fight literally won't be competitive. It's cool. I love that he's taking out 4 days' notice. Both of them are. It's really cool. I hope both of them make weight. What division is this? 185. Okay. Yeah, it should be an interesting one. It's fun. It's a middleweight fight. This is definitely a really fun one, and I mean, this dude's pretty good. Guys, I'm not even gonna try to say his name, and I just think Eric Nola kind of sucks. I mean, he's all right. He's not like trash, but I think this dude could actually make some noise in middleweight. He could be like a top 20, top 25 middleweight. I haven't seen enough to give him any more credit than that, but yeah, he's just a great grappler. He's showing some impressive striking against cans, so take it with a grain of salt. But he's definitely shown a lot more than Eric Nola. He's just better pretty much everywhere. I really have a hard time seeing him lose this one, and I think he's just going to get it done via finish in whatever round he really wants. Next, Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Going Kai Asakura brutal round one finish at flyweight. Tim Elliott sucks. I mean, how the fuck is this guy ranked? I don't know. He's ranked, right? I might be tweaking, but I'm pretty sure he's ranked and he sucks. Um, yeah, it's just like, or he's 17th. Are these the official ones or is this Tapologies? I always fucking forget. But I mean, I think Tim Elliott is ranked in the UFC rankings. I might be tweaking though. But Tim Elliott's like fucking 100 years old. Kai Asakura has great striking. He showed it against Pantoja, even though he got finished. He has some decent takedown defense, and I don't think Tim Elliott will be able to take him down or control. I definitely don't think he'll be able to control him. Like Tim Elliott takes someone down and tries to sub him. Kai Asakura actually escaped like 2 sub attempts from Pantoja. I mean, it's Pantoja. Tim Elliott is like Pantoja if he failed at every asset of life. um, yeah, Kai Asakura should get this one done pretty handily. I think he's going to knock him out in the first round, maybe the second, but I think it'll be dominant. He'll keep it on the feet, and it just won't even be competitive from there on out. I'm kind of leaning the same story for MVP Jared Cannonier. I'm going MVP. I think this will be a striking match. I think Jared might mix in the grappling, but I think to little avail. I mean, Jared's an all right grappler, but like he's never really shown it that much, and it's definitely not good. I'll say that. And I think it'll be standing. I think eventually Jared will give up on the grappling because it just won't be effective. And I think MVP is just going to kind of piece him up. I could see a finish too. I mean, it's middleweight, so I think MVP will have a little more power than when he has been fighting at welterweight. His last fight was at middleweight as well, though, and he didn't really. I'm going to go UD here. I don't think he'll get a finish, but Cannonier, he leaves his chin on a platter a lot. I mean, RoboCop was fucking annihilating this guy until he gassed. And, like, RoboCop's a good fighter, but... And it was a great comeback by Jared, too, so I don't want to, like, take credit away, but... I think MVP's next level. It's so hard to hit him. It's so hard not to get hit by him. I mean, maybe Jared can turn it into a dogfight and kind of get it done, but I just have a hard time seeing Jared, weather the storm. And, I don't know. I just think Michael Page, like, he's just going to jab his head off, really. He's going to come in with that blitz jab, and this is such a weird stylistic fight to, like, think of. Like, I'm very excited to see it because it's like hard to picture this fight stylistically how it's gonna go down, but I don't know. I think MVP beats almost anyone in a pure striking match, and I think this will be 95% a pure striking match. So I'm gonna go MVP here. Next, dude, I'm picking all the casual picks, man. I'm going CP, who I love to see, by knockout in the first round. I love Giovanni, and I'm not counting Giovanni out. You can knock out Carlos Prates too. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. Giovanni was a great fighter, great boxer. He just leaves his chin on a platter. He really doesn't move his head that much. And I mean, someone like Shavkat was working him in the boxing. He was working back, but you know what I'm saying? Carlos is a better boxer overall than Shavkat. I think he has more power than Shavkat. And I think Geoff is going to make this a dogfight. And like Carlos, I don't think you want a dogfight with Carlos. I mean, even Ian, when Ian was confident up 3-0, he started trying to dogfight with Carlos. And what did Carlos do? He almost finished him in the fourth and the fifth round. Like, I just think when you're going into a dogfight with Carlos, you're gonna lose 9 times out of 10. Like anyone in the division, almost. It's like, dude, he is a great pocket striker. He's very accurate, and he has just ungodly power. And I just don't think you beat him in a dogfight. Now, Neo could clip him. It's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible at all. Like this should be a fucking awesome fight for one round. One of them will get finished, but I just think like 7 times out of 10, it's gonna be Neo who gets finished and not Protest. Neo does have a good chin, but so does Carlos. Yeah, I'm gonna go Protest by knockout. I think he's a better boxer. I think he has more power. I think he's more precise. The boxing's arguable. You can argue Neo's a better boxer overall, but plus Carlos mixes in the kicks. He's gonna use the teep, whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna go Carlos here by round 1 finish. Also, I'm sorry, I'm sick, so I keep fucking blowing my nose, but it is what it is. Next, we have Lauren Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Okay, I get Pico's the fucking favorite, but he should be the underdog. Literally everyone is picking Murphy. Literally everyone, dude. I see barely anyone picking Pico. He's only the favorites according to fucking Vegas, okay? So he's not the real fucking favorite. I'm picking him as an underdog. I'm going to talk hella shit in Instagram comments when he wins. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. I'm going to get rid of that post-production. Aaron Pico, listen to me. I get the Bellator. I get it. I completely understand. He's only fought dog shit fighters too, and he's been, one of his last losses via injury, and then before that, he kind of has a chin problem. Leon Murphy has dog shit power. I don't think he'll be able to keep it at range. Listen, he got worked in the boxing against Ige. Josh Emmett sucks. He throws an overhand and a hook. That's his literal whole fighting style. I've never understood how this guy was ever ranked. He literally just he doesn't set them up. He just chucks it and he has powers and he somehow wins. It's fucking absurd. Literally any competent striker beats Josh Emmett handily. I mean, we saw with Ilya, we've seen with Murphy. Literally any good striker just destroys fucking Emmett. It's just how it is, dude. Emmett sucks. It's really not an impressive win. That's what I'm saying. Murphy's wins obviously are better than Pico's because it's UFC level fighters and decent ones at that, but it's not that much. It's not good. It's still not good competition for Murphy either. And Ige was working him in the boxing, dude. Murphy lost every boxing exchange with Ige down there. He had to kickbox from range to beat Ige. And he had to kickbox from range to beat Emmett, which is insane, dude. Emmett is a terrible boxer. He literally just throws an overhand and a hook. Ilya, literally, all you have to do is roll with it, and you outbox him any day of the week without getting caught. It's like, dude, Aaron is a good boxer. We've seen it. Even if it's against scrubs, you can see the fundamentals. He has great power. You can't deny it. He has amazing power. Like, he's going to be able to cut off the cage with his wrestling. He's going to shoot takedowns. He's going to clinch. Murphy, it's 10 times harder to hold someone at range who can take you down. It just is. And Pico is a good wrestler who can take Murphy down. Murphy's ground game has been met at best. And he's got some solid defensive wrestling, but I don't know. I think Pico's gonna work him. I think it's gonna be UD. I could see him knocking Murphy out too. Murphy's overrated as fuck, and I think Pico gets this one done pretty handedly, man. I think Volk destroys Pico and Murphy. I think he could fight these guys within an hour of each other and beat them both handedly. Like, this should not be a title eliminator, and I really hope it's not. But I do think Pico beats Murphy, and depending how dominantly, maybe. I'm not putting all my eggs in his basket because, like I've said, like everyone said, he's fought dog shit fighters. He's only fought in fucking cans, which is true. So, he looks better than he could look better than he actually is. It's definitely not an impossibility. Could be, like patchy mix. But I don't know. I think Aaron's actually showed good things. I mean, you've seen Patchy Mix before. He was always the same fighter he was coming to the UFC. He was always slow. He was always rigid. He always had kind of shitty game plans. He was just fighting dog shit competition. So he's able to win with just his attributes alone. And, you could say the same about Pico potentially, but we're going to find out. I think Pico's going to close the cage. He's going to land good boxing. He's probably going to drop Murphy. He's going to mix in the wrestling. I don't think Murphy's going to be able to keep this at range. And if Murphy can't keep a fight at range, I do not think he wins. I just don't. He's dog shit in the pocket. So, yeah, I'm going to go Pico here. I'm going to go by UD, but I'll also throw in that he definitely could get a finish by TKO. On to the fight everyone's waiting for. Probably the most anticipated fight of the year. Maybe other than Charles and fucking Ilya. Fuck, why did I even bring that up, bro? Shit makes me sad, but... Okay, Cosma and Dracus Duplessis. It's an interesting one. I think I'm going to go Cosma here. This is such a tough pick, though. It really is. I think Cosmo's going to be able to take Dracus down, kind of at will. Dracus, I feel like he leaves the double leg open all day, especially when he blitzes in like how he does. It really leaves the double leg open, and Cosmo does not telegraph his takedowns, and that makes it 10 times harder to stuff him. Dracus, the thing is I think he can get up, but it's so hard because especially I'm scared Drake is going to lose a lot of his energy trying to get up. And, dude, if Cosmo has a body lock in, you're not going to get up. Like 9 times out of 10, unless you knock him off. And it's going to be so hard. And I feel like using that energy is just a mistake on the ground. Like, you should try to go for dominant position or try to fight the position. You should not try to get up if you're immediately taken down and you can get up, that's when you get up against Cosmo, like what Whitaker did, even though, he still got finished, but he was about to get up. You know what I'm saying? If he gets the body lock in, though, you kind of just have to accept it, and you have to fight submissions at that point. I really do believe that. I don't think you get out of Cosmot's body lock, and I don't know. I see DDP doesn't have a great gas tank either. I don't know why people think he has some ungodly gas tank. Cosmot's obviously is bad, or at least it's shown to be not great. But neither is DDP's. DDP when it's in like a high energy fight, like yeah, he looked good against Sean because he was able to fight from range for 5 rounds. The first Sean fight though, when Sean was like jabbing his head off, he was fucking gassed in the fifth, dude. Sean landed like 50 significant strikes in the fifth round. Like he was literally gassed in that fight. I don't know. I think the striking Cosmo or DDP is gonna have a big advantage in the striking. I really do. But overall, I think Cosmo's going to be able to get the double leg kind of all day. I think he's going to work the position. I could see him getting a sub in any round. That's right. Even if it's fifth round, I would not be shocked. I do think it'll be earlier, though, because Cosmo does get worse as the fight goes on. I think it's a little overblown how much worse he gets, but he does get worse. And I don't know. I think Cosmo's going to be able to take him down a lot. I think DDP is going to have to not blitz, and he's going to have to fight very patiently, and that's just not when DDP's at his best. We're going to see, though. It should be very interesting. I definitely could see DDP chinning him, catching him, or maybe Cosmo gasses and he works it from there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go Cosmo, though. It's just the wrestling is so next level. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my predictions. Tell me if I'm a retard. Tell me if I'm smart. Peace.